Story 1. When a girl says, I can have any guy I want, you are lucky I like you, it doesn't make us feel special. It makes us feel expendable and waiting to be replaced. I just broke up with her a week ago. She said variations of this a couple of times, plus other toxic things. It still stings a bit because we had good times, but I just remember all the hurtful things she said, and I feel resolute in my decision. Seeing all these responses just confirms my decision. Thank you, Reddit. Story 2. Personally, I just need some alone time. That is, me with some headphones on and some music or a computer game. And no, as much as I love snuggling on the sofa with you, and I really do, that's not alone time. Story 3. Honestly, 9 out of 10 just listen to what I say. Like 90% of the time, there's no ulterior motive to what I'm saying. If I apologize, it's because you're right. If I say okay, that's confirmation that I'm listening. The other 10% is me being an idiot. Story 4. When I tell you what I need, listen. Don't ignore it and decide you know what I need better than I do. Don't decide that it's dumb or silly and unimportant. Don't interpret. Don't try to analyze it. Just listen and trust that I know what I need. Story 5. It's not a game to me. I'm not dating you for some social status boost or other benefits. I'm dating you because I like you. If we're not on the same page about that, it's not going to work out. Story 6. I'm young, so my experience is still limited, but I remember with some girls, I wish they would just show some initiative or assertiveness at times. Many times it felt like if I didn't reach out to set something up, the girl would just wait around and proceed to get angry or sad that I didn't reach out when all they needed to do was show me they want me as much as I want them. I'm not saying all the time, but I wish more girls would take more active roles in relationships, you know? Woo me, text me out of the blue, initiate intimacy, rather than sit back and make the guy do all the heavy lifting. Story 7. I can only share my experience, but I enjoy showing my love through romantic gestures. Giving flowers, telling her she's beautiful randomly, planning exciting dates, cooking dinner for us, finding new ways to get to know each other and have fun. All of these things take time, require planning, and cost me financially. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to do them, especially when I see how happy it makes her. However, it's rare that these gestures are reciprocated. It would be nice if she would plan a date for us, or surprise me with something cool or fun, or cook food for us. In my last relationship, I just felt that I put in all this time and effort, and it was very rarely reciprocated in kind. In summary, it would be nice for women to plan fun dates and surprise us men. Show us that you care about us, and don't just take us for granted. Do that, and we will go to the ends of the earth for you. Story 8. All we want is someone who chooses us like we choose them. Love and romance can fade in and out throughout a marriage. What matters is effort and working together. It's as much an emotional feeling as it is a choice. There are going to be days we may not be romantic or madly in love with you, but as long as you communicate it to us, and we make an effort, you can see we choose to be with you, and that's a deeper love than any romance novel. We expect the same in return when we communicate our needs to you. Love is a feeling, but when the feeling isn't there sometimes, the choice to be with that person through a downtime, knowing the effort is there to bring it back up, is true love. Story 9. All your pulling away games, such as playing coy, playing hard to get, and jealousy games, or making him do all the work that you do to prove to yourself how much you mean to him and how much he is willing to do for you and how unlikely he is to leave you, proves the opposite to him. It proves how little he matters to you, how little you think of him, and how little you are willing to do for him. Everything your games prove to you about him proves the opposite to him about you. Story 10. These are obviously not absolutes, but they are very widespread. In our society, we are teaching women what to expect from men in relationships, but not how to treat men. We are teaching men how to treat women in relationships, but not what to expect from women. This tends to create situations that feel unbalanced to both sides. Story 11. This gets asked constantly, so here's a new answer. Men are childlike at heart, silly but deadly serious at times. They are very playful and often immature. Many men lack the appropriate filter to talk to women in a way that won't offend them, even in long-term relationships. Men learn to be silent because women can often dish it out but can't remotely take it. even when they're convinced they can. Story 12. Do not assume that just because we do not do what you want or do something that upsets you, it's intended to hurt you. Often, it's a hard choice, and we are pressured to never let anyone down, so it is never an easy choice. It's good not to assume the intentions. There may be depths to our justification you do not know because we're taught not to burden others with our problems. Many men will face someone in their life who takes advantage of their emotions and uses them against them. That is why many men are bottled up. You may have no idea what pain or anguish we feel because we've been taught to hide it, else it will be used against you. Story 13. Interesting question, and it's admirable that you are trying to understand different perspectives. I'd say mutual energy exchange is important when you are together in a relationship. Both sides should understand that when you mutually appreciate each other through words and actions, it makes everything better. Story 14. I do not want to talk much since I find a lot of small talk useless and counterproductive. I want to feel desired too. I do not need to always do something with you for me to be happy. I want my taste and opinion to be taken into consideration as well. Story 15. I will say it again like I did last night. No matter how much complaining and nagging you do, it will not make us do it or do it any faster. I get resentful when they pull that. We're a team, you're not my mom. That said, be a supportive teammate and watch how much faster and smoother things get done. Story 16. That we consider it disrespectful to us when you entertain orbiters and other male friends who are trying to get in your pants as backup boyfriends. Please stop insulting us by talking about how some guy is just a friend. Story 17. Physical intimacy is a need, not a want. Respect is the currency that men operate on. Nothing will kill a man's love for you like disrespect. Men are far more direct. If I didn't say it, then I didn't mean it. Stop assigning ulterior motives, intentions, or meanings to what I said or did. If I wanted to convey something specifically, I would have made that obvious through my actions or words. We want and need to feel wanted and desired just as much as you do. We want to receive compliments just as much as you do. Life is very hard for men. We greatly value someone who makes it easier for us or at least doesn't add to it. Story 18. We are just people. We are never going to be perfect, and we are never going to be able to do everything. You have the choice to either focus on what we do, or you can focus on what we cannot. If you are only focused on what we are not doing and refuse to see what we are doing, then it is you making yourself unhappy and making the relationship harder than it has to be. You are the one ruining the relationship. Story 19. That a supportive woman is far more valuable than one who is a challenge and weaponizes our insecurities or doubts. Being a man is not easy. The world doesn't care about you. People don't care about you. You're not thought of, so going home and having to fight that same battle with a significant other is no good. I'd rather be with a supportive person than a challenging one, because when it boils down to it. Story 20. Men don't want to be your friend unless they are attracted to you. Outside of coworker relationships or other community interactions like church or clubs or something, there's no reason a guy is going to go out of his way to be your friend and hang out unless he has a crush on you or is interested in you, or just enjoys being around an attractive woman who will talk to him. I dislike the guy friend stuff. Story 21. Everything. I feel like women have totally lost the ability to understand that men are different, to accept what used to be generally accepted about the male condition in terms of dating and relationships, and to look at things from the other gender's perspectives. Story 22. If I didn't want you to do a nice thing for me and seem unappreciative when you do it anyway, it's because I don't appreciate it. If you want to be hurt or think I'm a bad person, that's on you. Story 23. Money comes, money goes, but please do not judge our entire personal value on our financial situation. There are valid reasons why someone might not be financially stable or have a stable job, and this can and likely will change on life's journey. Invest in a person for love, not money. Story 24. A lot of things attributed to male behavior are due to influence from our sex hormones, notably testosterone, as noted by this endocrinologist. Story 25. That we get tired of being the problem solver for everything all the time. Take some initiative and fix things yourself. Independence is much more attractive than dependence. Story 26. 99% of the time when I come to you wanting to talk about an issue, I am wanting your input, not just someone to listen. Men do not vent like women do. We are often looking for a solution so that it will not continue happening. We are not just blowing off steam. That is what our activities are for, and that they seem so boring to you. We will work in the yard, or play video games, relax in a chair, seemingly doing nothing, or do something that lets us process internally. And we can do that for hours sometimes. Also, do not be surprised if we cannot reply immediately and concisely during an argument. Again, we tend to need to process before responding. Story 27. If I am in a relationship and I tell you something personal, that does not mean it is free game for them to tell their mom, best friend, dog, or anyone else. Whatever is said confidentially should remain confidential. Story 28. We are tired of being expected to initiate everything while getting little to no reciprocation in return. Just because you offer some affection, it does not change the fact that we are doing everything. Story 29. When a man wants a woman who is submissive, it doesn't mean he wants to be able to give you a black eye because you burned his dinner, or that sex should be nothing but pleasing him while he plays video games. It means that if he is going to be dominant and a leader, which is still his expected role, then you need to be a good follower to his leadership. If you're expecting him to be the leader but constantly either butting heads for leadership or spending all your time disrespecting his reasonable boundaries, then he's going to drop you because that dynamic doesn't work. If he is not a good person, by all means, get out of there, but submissive wife isn't a dirty word. Being content and having a routine is comfortable and happy, not a problem to be fixed. If you feel things are getting stale, discuss it and make plans to do something a bit different. Not have an affair or divorce because your Friday night burgers routine is getting dull. Relationships take work. Even for two people who are best of friends and star-crossed lovers, maintaining a relationship, living together, and especially raising kids requires a lot of work from both people. For a man who wants a relationship, the work of doing the chase is not appealing. If he is putting effort into making a relationship, he will expect you to match that effort. If you are not putting in that effort or intentionally pushing away, then he is going to put his effort elsewhere and tell you to move on. To make an analogy of it, if your goal is to clean the house, a man is going to want someone who will clean the kitchen while he cleans the living room, not someone who's going to sprinkle dirt in front of him to make it more challenging. Speak positively about your man to your friends. If you find a new friend and get to talking about your man, say good things. Show you care about him, show you respect him, and paint him in a positive light. There are too many women for whom girl talk includes speaking negatively about their husband, oversharing, and making fun of his habits or hobbies. Be the positive friend. Yeah, I love my husband. He's the love of my life. It is a common feeling among women that their husband doesn't say that he loves her enough or doesn't show it in his actions, and they want more. This is frequently the male equivalent of that. If most of how you talk about your partner is disrespectful or negative, he is absolutely going to pick up on that. I have lots of options, but I picked you is not a flattering sentiment. As already stated, it's a sign to him that he's disposable, not that he's high value. This is also true with, but I picked you in the end. It isn't telling him that he's your one true romantic comedy love. It's telling him that you aren't attracted to who he is, but what he provides for you. Story 30. As a woman, I believe that men truly want a simple woman. Although women are a lot more sensitive, men break down harder. When they are hurt, they want someone who can understand them emotionally. Be their peace on their bad days, not their enemy. Emotional connection and friendship are just as important as communication. Story 31. That you trying to live inside my skin is not cute at all. It is unhealthy for the relationship, and you honestly need to get some hobbies of your own. And me saying this does not mean I love you any less. Story 32. Men want you to reciprocate, show interest, appreciation, and initiate intimacy. We don't want a woman who plays hard to get. We want a woman who is into us. Story 33. If you give a gift only for the purpose of saying later, after all the gifts I have given you, you do or say this, then just don't give the gift. Give gifts for the sake of giving because you like the person and want to bring them joy. If it's just to use it against us later, then you might as well have never given it to us. Story 34. This is something that goes both ways, honestly, but issues with relationships are a wee problem that needs to be presented as a constructive thing for both sides, not a man versus woman problem. Story 35. Men need time alone. It has nothing to do with you, but sometimes we just want alone time with literally nobody around. And when I say, oh, I'm doing nothing today, that means I scheduled nothing. I don't want to fill it with stuff. I just want to sit, decompress, and relax. Story 36. If you end up telling us a lot of information at the same time, we won't remember it all. Make sure your point isn't buried among a lot of other things. Sorry, we don't communicate the same way. I won't have as many words as you either. The same goes for texting.